Hi everyone, it's Sai Thirningari from Teaching Technology Across Generations from St. Mark's. And in this lesson we're going to cover web browsing on Safari on your iPhone. So what web browsing is navigating the internet and using different websites. And Safari is the medium with which to do it on the iPhone. Because Safari is already installed on your phone by Apple, it's the one that everyone usually learns how to use first. And so we'll be covering that right now. So I've just opened up Safari. It looks like a compass, and this page pops up with this gray bar at the top and these different buttons at the bottom. So the most useful aspect of Safari is just this gray bar at the top where you select it and it gives you the option to start typing. And so what you're going to do is you're going to type in the website name of wherever you want to go. So there are all sorts of different websites for different uses, such as apple.com, where Apple displays all of their products, or you can go to Amazon in order to purchase stuff and get that delivered to you, or you can use Netflix to stream movies, and YouTube to just watch videos. So all sorts of websites are on the internet, and Safari is the way to access them. So let's say I specifically want to visit apple.com. Well, I know the name of the website, it's Apple, so I just type in Apple, and you can see how it auto-completes it for me because the search engine is smart enough to guess like what I'm about to type in. So it already completes apple.com for me where it says top hit. I can just click on that and it'll pull up the website for me. And here I can just navigate the website however I want to. So it's advertising the iPhone 11, and then I can click on these two bars at the top left to navigate between the different types of products I would want to use. And I can just use the website however I want to. Let's say I want to visit another website. Well, what I can do is click these two squares in the bottom right. They look like they're kind of overlap. So what that does is it pulls up all the different tabs that I have. So here it shows all the different websites that I have open right now. And I can close them by just either swiping to the left or clicking the X that's in the top left of each of those tabs. And what happens when you visit a ton of websites without closing them is that they all kind of accumulate and you'll just have a bunch of websites open. And that's usually not very useful because you want to have only the websites that you're going to revisit soon open, and then if you don't need it, you want to close it. So let's say I opened up YouTube and I navigated it to watch whatever videos I wanted to. Once I'm done with that, I should click on those two squares in the bottom right and close out of it because I don't want it to be running anymore because I don't really need it anymore. And then let's say I wanted to open a new website. Well, I'll click this plus that's in the bottom, and that'll open up a blank tab for me to either search whatever website I want to, or the phone is smart in that based on your activity online, so the websites that you visit frequently or the places that it knows that you like to go to the most often, it'll show you this frequently visited at the bottom, or it'll show you favorites, which is also like places that you visit most often. So I could click on Wikipedia to just instantly go there without even having to type in anything, and it'll let me access the website and start using it. So then another feature that's important is this book icon in the bottom. So when I click on that, it'll show my search history, so where the places that the websites that I visited, and then it'll have a reading list where you can add something to look at later, and then it'll have bookmarks, which includes like favorites, so websites that you like to visit very often. So you can bookmark a website. I'll show you how to do that right now. So what you do is you can open up that website. Let's say I'll pull up the St. Mark's homepage by typing that in. So I can click on this and it gives me the option to change it. So I could delete whatever link that I have, or I could hit cancel at the top in order to return to it. And I can click on the book icon, and I can either delete all of these bookmarks, or I could click on this tab at the bottom, which is a square with an arrow in it, and that gives me the option when I scroll down to either text this link to someone, or to use another app that's related. Or as I scroll down, it gives me the option to add to reading list, add bookmark, or add to favorites. And so what I wanted to do with this website was add it as a bookmark. So I can name the bookmark whatever I want to. So I'll just name it St. Mark's School of Texas. And I can change the location that it goes to. So I can make it go into my favorites folder. And I can save that bookmark. And when I close this tab, what it lets me do is, let's say I open up a new tab. Here you can see right in the bottom right at the top, it's under my favorites, so I could click on that to instantly access it. Or I could open up my bookmarks again, clicking on this book icon, go to favorites, and click on that website to access it. So bookmarks is really useful to quickly access a website that you frequently visit. And the icon at the bottom, so this square with an arrow through it, is important to send it to people, or to either add it to reading list, or a bookmark, or add to favorites. It basically allows you to copy the link of the website, or to save it for further use later. And then these two arrows in the bottom left and the bottom right, they're not in blue right now. Right now they're colored gray, but let's say I go to apple.com. What that does is, now you see the left arrow is blue. What that does is it lets me return back to the page that I was previously, and it lets me go forward, if I click on the right one, to the page I was earlier. So it kind of lets you go back to where you were before. In case you clicked on something and you didn't want to visit that website, you can always go back to where you were before. And that's a useful tool, especially if you accidentally click on a link that you don't really want to go to. You can just always return to where you were before. So those are the basics of Safari, and we'll be covering Google Chrome in the next video. Thank you.